This is TWiT.
This is the new Vizio. I know you're a big fan of Vizio soundbars. This is their SB46514. It's their flagship.
Right.
And it is an Atmos, a Dolby Atmos, which means the surround sound is not only left and right, but up and down. Soundbar for about $1,000.
Now, this is the flagship. They also make one that, well, we'll talk about that. I wanted to point out that the model number may seem kind of random and like, what the hell are all those numbers? But they actually make sense. SB for soundbar.
Okay.
46, it's 46 inches wide.
Okay, it is pretty wide. Notice how much
wide.
wider it is in the projector. Yeah.
Exactly. And 514 refers to 5 surround channels, 1 speaker, and 4 overhead channels.
1 subwoofer.
1 subwoofer, sorry.
4 overheads. Now, the way the 4 overheads are, you're not going to put a speaker on your ceiling.
You could, but you don't have to in this case. You're not going to in this case.
We've got the surrounds, and they have upward firing speakers on top of them.
Correct, as well as at the ends of this soundbar.
Soundbar also does.
Also has 2 upfiring and 2 upfiring from the surround speakers. That sound goes up to the ceiling, presumably, and then bounces back down, and we hear it as coming from overhead.
Now, there are a couple important points to make on something like this. First of all, a 30-foot ceiling right out. There's no
and with a lot of rigging and so on.
This is right out. But you also, so you want a normal height ceiling, and you want one that's flat, not one that's canted, right?
Correct. Cathedral ceilings are not ideal at all.
But if you had a flat
and a 9 to 12-foot ceiling.
Didn't have soundproofing on it.
Yes.
You know, those asbestos tiles or something. But just a normal, drywall ceiling that is maybe 9 feet away. That would work.
That would work great.
Have you heard these?
I have. It's phenomenal.
It actually bounces off?
It actually works.
Wow.
Yes.
I can't believe it.
One of the things about these upfiring speakers that's so interesting is that they're designed so that not much sound. I mean, you'd think, well, if sound's coming out of a speaker, you're going to hear it directly as well.
It's very directional.
Overhead. Well, they go to great lengths to try and minimize the amount of direct sound you get, so that all you get is what's overhead.
I've never seen a soundbar this wide.
Well, this is their big one.
Yeah.
They also
is that better?
Well, it depends. I mean,
you get more separation left-right.
Certainly better stereo separation, no question. It depends on also the size of your TV. You know, if you've got a 100-inch screen like this, then it's going to be great.
Nearly wide enough. I need a much wider one.
But they also make a 32-inch, which has 2 upfiring speakers coming out of the soundbar, not 4. But so you get, that one's called the 32512. Right? So that it's still got a subwoofer. It's got, it's 32 inches wide, and it just has the 2 front Atmos. I prefer 4 Atmos upfiring speakers or overhead sounds because you...
Are they discrete, or they all kind of merge to make one?
No, they're discrete.
Wow.
They're discrete.
Wow.
When the sound mixer mixes the soundtrack and they're putting objects overhead, they're basically steering them. So if a helicopter flies from front left to rear right, you hear that. The sound actually tracks through those channels.
Wow. Or in this case, a howler monkey.
Yes, indeed. We had this set up in one of your other rooms with a more reasonable ceiling. It still was kind of damped. It had some soundproofing in it. But we still actually heard, a fair amount of overhead activity.
And good positioning.
Yeah, especially in Blade Runner 2049. There's a great shot near the beginning where Kay's shuttle flies overhead.
Right.
And man, You
felt it.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
This has 8 drivers in the sound bar. And one of the things I do like about this, it has a wireless subwoofer, so you can position that anywhere you want. And then the 2 surrounds come off the sub.
Correct.
Now, you may be tempted as a result to put the sub back behind you along with the 2.
Which is perfectly fine.
Is that okay?
Perfectly
fine. Doesn't matter.
Because low-frequency sounds are not directional. Right. We as humans cannot hear, and there's some debate about this as to where the threshold is frequency-wise, but generally speaking, we cannot hear where bass sounds are coming from.
We use the treble to direction locator,
correct,
not the low end.
Correct.
You could also put the subwoofer under the couch.
You could.
It's flexible.
You have a little butt shaker thing going on.
It may move your butt. It's a 10-inch subwoofer, goes down to 40 hertz. That's about all you'd expect a subwoofer
of a 10-inch
size.
Yeah. And that's only down 3 decibels, which isn't bad at all. And listening to it, yesterday we spent some time listening to it, and I thought the bass was pretty good.
It says it solidly goes down to 20 hertz with CEA 2020 measurements.
Yeah, that's a measurement standard. It's probably down 10 dB by then, so you're not going to hear a lot of 20 hertz.
A lot of the boom, boom.
Yeah, right. But this was not boomy or. Sometimes subwoofers, we call them, one-note wonders because they all sound like they're one. Yeah, right.
I have those.
This sounded much better than that.
Oh,
absolutely.
Good. Some definition in there. Mm-hmm. Smart. Oh, they have an app. You have
I got the app right here.
So this is called SmartCast mobile app, and you use it to set it up too, which is cool. I guess you can use the microphone. We're gonna have to unlock Anthony's phone, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. No, I think here we go.
Oh, there you go. All right.
So I don't know if we can see this or.
If it's not sharing, can you see it yet? Oh, yeah, we can. Good. So there it is on the screen.
Okay. So we can, if we go into audio, we can see all these different controls.
Nice. Bass,
treble, the center volume, which is very important for dialogue. Because very often
I talk to a lot of people who wish they could turn up the dialogue, and that by turning up that center channel,
you're doing exactly
you're making
that.
It much easier to understand the dialogue. A lot of times nowadays they mix that dialogue down a little bit much with the big noise going on around.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
It's harder to hear.
Exactly.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
Now that I'm in my 60s.
Now they do have a surround volume control, and the one thing they don't have that I wish they did was an Atmos volume control so that you could actually adjust.
It would be good to set. Now, does this have calibration software in it? Can I use this to calibrate? Because that'd be kind of cool.
No, not that I know of.
So it's really mostly just for configuring it, turning it up and down. That
yeah, and you can choose different EQ settings. I chose direct, which is flat,
right,
and then changed it around a little myself. Or you could choose, movie. It's kind of an automatic movie, which gives you more bass, basically. I prefer to sort of have it be direct, and there's also a music EQ as well.
Cool. Is this good enough to use for your stereo for music?
I think so.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Turn it up. Let's hear some.
Okay.
I don't know what we're going to hear. Probably David Attenborough.
Probably. Let's see.
Watch the hummingbird in its natural environment. Yeah, there he is. Wow, actually, we're in a giant room, and it seems to be filling the room pretty well.
Yeah.
I even feel some bass. Oh, listen to that thunder. Mm-hmm. Well, now that's pretty nice.
Jungles are the richest places on Earth.
Now that sounds very roomy. That there should be something.
You could turn that. Turn that.
They make their
If I go to, let me go to movie mode and see what happens.
This is the Vizio soundbar, 46514.
water rises from the surface of the
46 inches wide, 5.1.4.
Correct.
5 is the regular speakers, left, right, center.
And left, right,
two
surrounds.
surrounds. The 1 is the sub, and the 4 is the Upfiring Atmos.
Yep.
There's 2 on the soundbar and 2 on the surrounds.
Yep.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
$999.99.
$1,000.
Save yourself a penny.
And if you want to go for the smaller one with the 2 Upfiring, that's like $500.
So yeah, so they have a 46 inch 2x up. That's $799.99. And then they have a 36 inch with 2x up, $499.
36 inch. I thought I said 32.
These are all manufacturer suggested retail price. I'm sure a lot of times with this stuff.
Yeah.
You get some discounts.
And by the way, this also works with Google Assistant.
Wow. So if I had this and the Hisense, I could have either Google or Echo or both.
Or both.